Hi guys, it's Rob here from Hypop at hypop.com.au. Today we're taking a closer look at the Boling 2280P LED lighting panels. These are our production quality premium range of LED lighting panels. This one in particular is the highest range in the model, so they come in small, medium and larger sizes. So the small is 2220, the medium is 2250 and the large is 2280. So we'll run through some of the features, what's included, and we'll do a bit of lighting tests with the actual LED panel today. Firstly, the LED panel itself, as you can see here, is quite large. The actual dimensions of the panel is 88 centimeters in length, 22 centimeters in width, and it's about 5.5 centimeters thick, so that's quite a slimline panel. The actual panel itself is a premium quality build. It's made from an aluminium chassis, so that's really great. It's not made from plastic like some other LED panels are. And there are quite a few features of the actual panel. Firstly, the actual LED lights themselves, they're 5500 kelvin, so they're a true white light. And they're also CRI 95+, so that means the color rendering index of 95+, the higher it is, the better. And the actual quality of, and the picture quality output is a lot better in your videos and photos. There's 1,806 individual LED lights in there, so as you can see, there's quite a few in the large panel size. And also it's about 12,000 lumens at 1 meter, so that's a really high output light. The great thing about having that much output is obviously you have a stepless control. So on the back panel here you have a dimmer dial, and you can just control that from 0 to 100%, which we'll run through later, just showing you a few of the different lighting tests. But being able to control that's great if you have a couple of the lights, maybe you need one a little less brighter, or a little less output, then you can adjust that obviously. And a few things on the back panel here, you can see there's a couple of battery mounts, so these support the V-mount batteries. You need two to power these, but the great thing is obviously you can use these outdoors and use them on location. So that means that when you're using them in the studio, you just simply plug it into the AC, mount a couple of batteries on if the shoot takes you outdoors or on location, and you're good to go. You've got an additional lighting source and you don't have to be inhibited by just the ambient lighting or the natural lighting that's around. And lastly, obviously, there's just the on and off button there. So a few of the other features of the panel, as you can see, it's on a U bracket. So the U brackets are really great. It actually has a tilt function, so if you just loosen those knobs, you can actually tilt the bracket like so. So if you need to angle the bracket in a different way. I'll show you a few different features of this U bracket. Firstly, it is on our 2.4 meter Hypop light stand. So as you can see here, this light stand actually is a convertible threaded mount. So what I mean by that is if you actually remove this panel, so I'll just loosen the panel and pop this off the stand. The stand itself has a threaded mount. So the threaded mount is actually convertible. So you can mount it on the top or on the side here. So the side's actually perfect for this particular panel, so I'll just mount that on. Okay, so why it's good to have on the side is you can actually mount your panel horizontally. So with this vertical yoke bar, or the U bracket, you just loosen the actual bracket and you can slide this actual panel, the yoke bar across. So what I'll do first is I'll mount this onto the light stand. Just flick this over. So it's best to flick it over so that you have the knob on the top, so you can adjust easily. So I've just mounted that on, and now I'll just slide this across. So just make sure you loosen these knobs completely. So when they're loosened, it's easy to just slide across like so. So if you have it in the middle there, that's nice and balanced. And now you just tighten the knobs. Okay, so now you've actually got a horizontally mounted LED panel, which is a great feature. So you can have them obviously vertical and obviously horizontal here as well. The great thing about the U bracket is that if it's mounted on a light stand, you can obviously reposition and direct your light as you so fit. Or if you loosen the actual U bracket knobs, you can also angle like so. So that's great until you get your correct direction that you're after. Just simply tighten here. And you've got a completely versatile LED lighting solution. So another great thing is these knobs, if you need to tighten them further, you lift them up and you can actually reposition the lights even when they're fully tightened. The actual knob, sorry. So once you lift it up, you can reposition them. So this one here, obviously that's fully tightened here. But if I want them to be sort of mounted perfectly, you can just pull them out and adjust them like so. So next what we'll do is we'll run through what's included in the actual LED package, and then we'll run through some of the different lighting modifiers that you can buy as an optional accessory with the 2280. Okay, so let's take a closer look at what's included with the Boling 2280P panel. Firstly, what's included is a couple of slide-in diffusers. So this one here, they have just a sticker on it, so it's a simple matter of just peeling them off. But this one here has the orange diffuser warmer panel, so that's roughly brings it to about 3200 Kelvin. And there's also the white diffuser, so that just diffuses your light if you don't want a bare bulb directly on your subject. So those are great. They're a simple matter of sliding in, so all you actually need to do is on the side of the actual panel there's a couple of railings. You just match them up to your panel and you just slide it in like so. So that's nice and easy, and then you'd obviously get a diffused light, so that's great. And what else is included is a carry bag. So this carry bag is included with every individual panel that's purchased. You have just a small pouch pocket in the front there. You've obviously got a Velcro strap carry handle here. And we'll open up the bag and just have a closer look to see what's inside. So it's just got a double zipper on the front. I'll just unzip this bag. It's a padded bag, so that's great as well. It's fully padded, and what's inside the bag is just your power cable, obviously. So that's really great. That's the full power pack, and it's also just the warranty card as well. Now what we'll look at is some of the optional accessories that come with the Boling 2280. So that includes a barn door, softboxes, and also a horizontal yoke bar as well. So this is one of the optional accessories for the Boling 2280P panel. It's a barn door, and it's actually just similar to the diffuser panels I showed earlier. It's a slide-in barn door, so that's great if you need to angle your light in different directions, if you need it a bit wider or more narrower. The bulbs themselves are 45 degrees, so it's great to just adjust your light beam via the barn door, so that's a great feature. Most other LED panels, it's really hard to find optional lighting accessories, where the Boling series of panels actually has a variety of different lighting accessories which I'll demonstrate. And next we'll look at the softbox that's included. So this is the optional lighting diffuser of the softbox. So the softbox is really great. Until now we haven't really seen many lighting modifiers for continuous lighting LED solutions. So this is one of the first that we've actually seen. This is also a slide-in softbox as well. It matches the rails similar to the barn doors and the soft diffuser and orange diffuser I showed earlier. So the actual softbox itself, it's about the same width as the actual panel itself, so it's about 88 centimeters. It's probably about 15 centimeters in depth, and it's obviously 22 centimeters in width. So when we remove the front diffuser there, you can see a grid. So this is a grid that you can obviously remove. That's also Velcro attached, so if you didn't want to have the grid to direct the light a bit more narrower, then you can obviously remove that. And they're all just Velcro attached as well, so that's a really great feature. That'll obviously give you a softer light for the LED panel, rather than a bare bulb directly on your subject. So that's a great optional diffuser that's part of the Boling 2280P panel. Next, what we'll take a look at is another optional accessory of the yoke bar. Okay, so we'll take a closer look at one of the other additional accessories for the Boling 2280P panel. So this is the horizontal yoke bar. So that means if you want to mount your actual LED panel horizontally, currently it's mounted horizontally on with the U bracket as it is, but this one here mounts it so that if you only have a top mounted light stand, like most light stands are, then this is perfect for that. So basically that mounts on top of your light stand, and all you need to do is unscrew the ends here of the panel. So there's about 6 screws here. You remove the black top there, and you actually slide the bracket out, and then what you need to do is you need to slide the actual horizontal yoke bar on so that you have a horizontally mounted light stand, horizontally mounted LED panel. So that's a great accessory if you need to have that permanently horizontally mounted. Otherwise, what the best thing to do is to just have the vertical yoke bar here with a convertible light stand, and that way you can mount it in a variety of ways. So you can have it vertically and horizontally up too. So this is probably the better option. But if you want it permanently mounted, you go for the horizontal yoke bar. Okay, so let's do a quick lighting test of the Boling 2280P panel. Right now it's currently on, and it's on the, we'll test it with the intensity dial, the Stepless Control from 0 to 100. And what I'll do now is turn off the studio lights right now, so there's no other lights in the room. So I'll quickly do that. Okay, so all the lights in the studio are off, and I'll just quickly step this up for the Boling. So right now this is using the Stepless dimmer dial on the back of the panel. So that's at 100% intensity. So so you can see that's fairly bright. As mentioned earlier, it's 12,000 lumens at 1 meter. If I pull this back a bit and reposition the light, you can actually see the lighting up against me. So it's a fairly intense light, as you can see, so it's probably best to even step that down a little bit if I were to use this as one of the main lights for the video. So that's probably a little bit better, or even a bit brighter. So that's just a quick lighting demonstration of the Boling 2280P. Okay, so that was just a quick look at the Boling 2280P panel. They're also available in 2 and 3 and 4 light configuration kits with the optional modifiers that I demonstrated. These are our premium range of LED lighting panels. They're production quality, they're portable, they're really versatile to be able to be mounted in different variety of aspects, and they're really consistent in terms of their lighting and power output. For more information, contact us at www.hypop.com.au. My name is Rob. Until next time.